Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. We are at war with Great Britain and France. We've just fought an indecisive battlecruiser action with Britain, and we're now about to fight another cruiser action with Britain in the Caribbean. Down here. I'm gonna accept because I hate losing VP, but we might just have to run, or we might just get annihilated. We'll see what it gives us, basically. It's a whole gaggle of ships. Oh boy, it's Pueblo and Huron and a bunch of destroyers. And I think there's another light cruiser, Minneapolis, yeah, hidden under here. That's fine and excellent if we run into a not battle cruiser. If we are about to run into two British battle cruisers, we're just going to turn around and run for Guantanamo Bay and hope we can get a lucky torpedo hit away, basically. Okay, that's a gaggle of stuff kind of like ours. If that's two battle cruisers there, we're in big trouble. If it's armored cruisers, that's fine. Oh, it's two armored cruisers. Okay, if that's confirmed, then okay, then I need you to stop this death charge. But if it's two armored cruisers, then not only can we fight, but we pretty much have to try to fight. Because this will be one of the few battles where we might have not a horrific disadvantage in firepower, although I sent our older armored cruisers to the Caribbean. These only have 4 8-inch and 8 6-inch guns. And that's, where'd they go? 2 Lancaster class with, oh, these are the weird ones, to be fair. 14 6-inch guns. Is that better than 4 8-inch and 8 6-inch guns? It's pretty comparable, actually. It might even be worse. Now, they have a thicker armor belt than us, too, but... No, these 8-inch guns are terrible, though, but they're still better than they used to be. We gotta get within 7,000 yards to penetrate their armor, realistically, which is... Well, it's not that much closer. It's about torpedo range. Call it a little closer than torpedo range. They do also have a couple of light cruisers. Those are not probably what's going to decide the battle. Our destroyers could decide the battle. They should be better and bigger than the British ones, just based on the averages, depending what all they sent down here. I'm not going to go through every one individually. Did Minneapolis just take a hit already? Yep, well, that's alright. One hit's nothing. We need to close the range for sure. Although, then again, their 6-inch guns will be better, but our armor situation, yeah. Okay, I'm afraid Minneapolis is acting as the bullet sponge right now. That's not what she should be doing with the well, 3-inch belt's not actually that much less. Oh, this is a pretty modern armored cruiser, at least. I didn't really, or a light cruiser. I didn't really check that. That, however, is a very modern light cruiser. And it's definitely better. Okay, if Minneapolis takes a couple... Alright. Well, it's light guns mainly, but I'm going to have her turn away a little. How bad is it? Not bad, okay. Great. Okay, that's bold. Alright, but this is really, really bold. I don't know what they think they're doing right now. They're basically launching a death charge at us. Oh my god. That torpedo Minneapolis fired hit one of them. That could practically win the battle right on its own. Hold on. What, Jarvis, why are you on your own in this formation? Alright. Somebody who has a whole... Yeah. I think line of hit is better for torpedo attacks because it tends to make them actually pass all to the side and fire properly. Although maybe for a net it's not better, but I'll try having you guys go in line abreast and see how that goes. I'm going to have them all try to torpedo these things because they've managed to get themselves super isolated for some reason. Although now that they've turned, it's probably not going to come off, but... well, okay, but they're wallowing. One of them got hit by a torpedo. The other one is slowed down to assist or something, or just in response. Maybe they didn't see the torpedo hit, but mid-battle, that's such a bad idea. Everyone, please launch more torpedoes at them. We didn't really launch as many more torpedoes at them as I was kind of hoping, but the destroyer captains are going to do whatever they want to do, basically. One of them is accelerating again. The other one, however, is crippled right there and is getting left behind now, which is probably a mistake because we're going to go down either side of her and fire off as many torpedoes as we have. And, oh, she's gone. That torpedo just wiped her out. All right. Everybody, retire back to our armored cruisers before you all die. Although I think they were winning the gunfight with British destroyers, but there's still armored cruisers and light cruisers in there. But that, if the odds were against us, that at least evens them up for this battle. Maybe even they're in our favor now. We're definitely going to push the attack a little. They've only got the one Lancaster-class armored cruiser left. If that goes, then our armored cruisers, even though they're old, should pretty much be able to just churn through whatever else is left of the British fleet. I do need my destroyer escorts to get back up here quickly, but that's my bad for not steering them properly mostly. No. We're still too much in mid-battle for that. Alright, we're going to turn and try to rake her stern since we're falling behind a little. Okay, and Minneapolis immediately takes a terrible battering. I don't understand what made them think that whole suicide charge into our line was a good idea. We've definitely got some hits on there, just sure. Or maybe I should have detached her if she was just going to have that issue. I didn't realize that. I don't think I can make her do that again, but we'll try. Oh, everybody else back to... back to screen formation, because we need a screen against the British destroyers. We're not achieving too much in the gunfight here as such, but I mean, if they get away with all their other cruisers, I wanted a more decisive win after that early bit of luck, but if they do, they do. We've still done a lot of damage. I'm going to turn a little because I'm afraid they might have launched torpedoes. There's really just no sense in playing around with torpedoes. They're real bad, even though... Nope, these are older armored cruisers too. They have no torpedo protection. One hit will probably sink one of our armored cruisers. Sorry, bulk. I don't know. I don't think you're going to get the prompt to pick up survivors again, but maybe she'll just go home. Whatever's left of their cruiser fleet, we should be able to duel it out with. I mean, it looks like one Lancaster class, one Comus class, and one Pearl class. Oh, and this Pearl class is bloody useless, too. 8 4-inch guns? I don't quite yet have destroyers that can outgun that, but I'm not even that far from it. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Jesus, Huron is taking a beating here. I know this Lancaster has a lot of 6-inch guns and a thick belt, which we are maybe still at a range where we're going to struggle to penetrate, but I was going to say maybe we should just take what we've got and break off again, but she's kind of coming at us like an idiot again, so maybe not, actually. I mean, she got a couple of good hits there, but it wasn't enough to cripple her. Where the hell are my destroyers that have torpedoes? There are some. There's not as many as I'd hope, actually. Okay. Jarvis, buddy, I'm going to need you to solo... Okay, you've lost a lot of speed from damage. I'm going to need you to try to solo torpedo Lancaster there. Good luck. Nope, she turned away again. All right. We cannot be doing 18 knots. We're doing 11 knots right now. Good grief. How bad is it, Huron? It's not even that bad. Oh, right. You know what? Why we're losing? It's exactly why I said the British were losing last time. These have just been in mothballs until just now, and their crew quality is terrible. Exactly what I suspected was wrong with the British battlecruisers. Maybe we should pull back then. I'm not super confident of winning a gunnery engagement under these circumstances. On the other hand, we have the firepower. It's not like the situation is really bad. Our speed is cripplingly poor, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, you know what? We're going to turn back north. I'm not sure if they'll follow us. If they do, we'll try to get fortunate torpedo attacks in. But we're not doing well in a gunnery engagement with them, unfortunately. Although now, sort of, again, this Lancaster keeps getting very isolated. With a little bit of luck, we could really take advantage of that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, she does turn around pretty quick once we try something like that. Oh, this is concerning. I mean, we'll kill it after a second, but that second is what I'm worried about. Everybody conduct evasive maneuvers. And maybe some more evasive maneuvers. I think we probably would have taken the hit if we were going to by now. I'm not sure we sank her, but oh well. Fortunately, these are still only making 10 knots now, in fact, so this is going to be a very drawn-out retreat. My god, this Lancaster. This is psychotic behavior. We land one good hit, and it doesn't even matter if their gunnery is better. She just, if she loses engine power, she just dies pretty much for certain. And then we scatter and wipe out her whole squadron, too. And we landed a few hits that time. Maybe the practice is making our crews better. Oh, darkness. Okay. That's probably for the best. Although if the Lancaster kept that catastrophic behavior pattern up, maybe we would have been fine. But now you're going to land a long-range gunnery hit? Okay. Well, as long as it's not quite dark. You got torpedoes still, Jarvis? You do. Back under my personal control. Make your best speed. See what we can do in the dusk here. That'll help with this sort of suicidal operation. Okay, we're about to lose command of her because of the darkness. Couldn't quite get any torpedoes in. Make for Guantanamo Bay. Yep. I mean, if she gets close to us now, she's just an idiot. Like, everything is reorganizing around Huron and Pueblo because we lost command of all of it. If she blunders into us, as she's literally about to do, she will surely get torpedoed. Okay, they're all sort of around. That's destroyers off to our side, actually. We should turn away from those before they do anything we wouldn't like. We should really, really turn away from those before they do anything really unfortunate. Oh. Oh, Christ, Jacob Jones has gotten, unfortunately, quite isolated in the chaos. Oh, she's sinking. Well, I think we almost have to have sunk at least a couple of British. Is that a Lancaster again? Jarvis. Jarvis, now is your chance, buddy. Death or glory. Oh, those might be destroyers again. If they are, we need to turn right now. Nope, it's an alleged CA. We're hitting her. Jarvis? Jarvis? No, missed. Okay, well, we tried. We tried. Okay, but why is she coming back at us again? Does anybody else have any torpedoes? Because I doubt we'll sink her with gunnery, but Porter had one torpedo. I saw that. Okay, you guys have a couple. Could you please just try, I guess? What is she doing? All it takes is one torpedo hit in the dark here, and she's dead. Maybe their captain went mad after the loss of her sister ship or something. Oops, somebody fired a torpedo. Winslow, do you have... No, you don't. You're the one that doesn't. Where's Wadsworth and Batch? Right back there. We might actually... I mean, she's just taken such a beating. Oh, come on, launch. Oh, for God's sake. I see you didn't bother to launch. She's running fast enough that she's clearly not cripplingly damaged. In a second, we're going to lose, yeah. Okay, well, everybody just run north again. She's still faster than us, because Huron is only doing... I don't even know if she's actually doing 10 knots anymore, despite the alleged 18. So it's a win as long as nothing else, as long as one of our armored cruisers doesn't suddenly sink. It's a shame because after that first disaster, I actually thought we might get all of them, but it's a win. Outstanding. Yep, so we lost... Oof. Shame to see all of those, but we lost USS Jacob Jones. Apparently a single, 1 6-inch hit basically did her in, although she kept floating until a couple of 2-inch destroyer shells finished her off, apparently. We sank the 500-ton Nymph. Progressive flooding. Grand. And most importantly, we sank HMS Argyle, which was a 12,000-ton armored cruiser. I mean, I don't know what she and her sister... Where's the other one? Oh, here, no. Oh, Lancaster. It was Lancaster itself. I don't know what she and Lancaster were thinking, but that first suicide charge and then the lucky torpedo hit from Minneapolis, I mean, she wasn't sinking before the second torpedo hit, to be fair. The second torpedo hit probably would have finished her off even if it hadn't caused a mag det, but that's one of Britain's finest. You know, it's not quite a battle cruiser, but it's actually more than half the size of most of their battle cruisers. That's a big ship they just lost, bigger than anything we had at this battle. Yeah, Lancaster didn't really take all that much damage in total. That 6-inch belt was shrugging off a lot of our 6 and 8, even 8-inch shells, except at close range, especially because our 8-inch shells and the 6-inch shells from Pueblo and Huron are from ancient -2 or -1 quality guns. But it's a clear win. Sank an armored cruiser and a destroyer for a destroyer. We are blockaded. That's an issue. Improved longitudinal framing, 1% weight saving on hull. Gyro stabilizer, national accuracy improvement. Efficient hull form, less engine HP requirement. Enemy fleets dominate the seas around Guam and the Caroline Islands. That's unfortunate. Japan joins the war. Austria-Hungary joins the war. Yeah, I think everybody's at war with everybody now. Maybe. Ish. Probably, yeah. It's a lot of wars going around anyway. Definitely the biggest war I've ever seen in Rule the Waves. It wasn't just player versus everyone anyway. I am glad we signed that alliance with Austria-Hungary now. Even if they take a beating, they'll at least should bleed France of a few ships. The last thing I need is France. Like, we have our hands absolutely full with Great Britain. The last thing we need, we just cannot afford for France to get deeply involved anywhere. Great. In addition to all those battleships off the East Coast, Britain has positioned a whole bunch in the Caribbean. I don't really dare move anything off of our coast unless and until we win a major naval victory there, so they don't really have anything on the west coast, I must say. I don't know how they're dominating the waters here either, though. I mean, France maybe, but not Britain. Man, they're wealthy enough they can just be scattering random pre-dreadnoughts all over the world. Maybe so could I. I mean, I have a bunch on the west coast, but 10 months, the Kentuckys will be ready. Also, we'll have our gunnery and damage control training. It's kind of a game of hold out until the Kentucky class is ready, because these will change the situation. They have one Anson, yes, and they're building a couple of... Oh, great, they also now have Resolution, which has 12 14-inch guns and 4 triple turrets, albeit a little thin on the armor, but they have 2 of these, and they've got 2 more building, 3 more building, in fact. But once we finish 4 of them, we'll be on just about even terms in second-generation dreadnoughts, which is not a place Britain wants to be in, for sure. Okay, the 3 of us are very advanced, and everybody else is pretty much average or behind. Poor Spain, they're not... I don't think they're coming back from what we did to them. They've built something like this recently, which is just awful, basically, so... Yeah, I don't think they're coming back. Alright, so that's the game plan. We hold out, we try to win a battleship victory over the British on our east coast. Or maybe here, I don't think we're going to be able to hold the Caribbean, but we try to win some kind of victory over the British on our east coast, probably, and break this whole blockade that they've got us under, which is also in the Caribbean. It's sort of... I don't know how it works for America, actually. Most nations, they have one home region. Maybe it's cumulative for America? In any case, we hold out. We try to win some sort of victory in detail to break the blockade, which apparently is on the East Coast. I don't actually understand why that's the case, considering we have more ships there than them now, but maybe it's because they just moved this turn. I don't know. But we hold out. We try to break the blockade through some kind of victory in detail. We wait for the 4 Kentucky-class battleships to be completed. Once they are, maybe we can take the fight to Britain a little more. It's going to be, assuming it is a long war, because it could just end randomly at pretty much any time, but if it is a long war, it's going to be just an absolute knife fight to the finish. We're just going to need to bleed Britain dry, basically, as best we can with hit-and-run type operations. Britain and France between them have 1.2 million tons, which is well over double what we have. And yes, we have Japan and Austria-Hungary, which are 500,000 tons, but they don't contribute as much as, say, an actual player would, or a direct enemy AI does to attacking me, so we'll see what they can do. At least Japan's not under blockade. Maybe they'll scatter some forces through the Pacific and try to help us out in South or Southeast Asia. But I'm not so worried about that as I am about my direct coastline. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Next part will be out tomorrow as usual. Have a nice day.